Hello, I'm David Clark, and I'd like to present to you my pitch for Post Drivers. Post Drivers is a game where players operate a supercharged mail service vehicle to deliver as many letters or packages as possible within the prompted time limit. The player must add time onto the clock by completing successful deliveries and avoid crashing to refrain from receiving a deduction on the delivery time. The premise of the game is where the player will start in the location and be presented a mini-map on the corner of their screen. This mini-map will have a mailbox highlighted for the player to drive towards. The mini-map will also keep an updated track of the player's whereabouts at all times. Once the player arrives at a destination, they'll notice a glowing ring in front of the mailbox. When the player comes to a complete stop within the ring, the letter or package will be successfully delivered. When the package has safely been delivered, the mini-map will light up a new mailbox for the player to now move on to. Also, the player can see the upcoming delivery after one that is highlighted. When a mailbox is highlighted on the mini-map, you may notice another mailbox be grayed out to indicate it will be the next delivery. Players have the ability to changing their next stop, but they can't change again after using this ability. The player is able to change their stop up to 5 times max. Each level will present the player with a number of required letters or packages to be dropped off. The timer will start counting down when the player takes off. If they complete the required deliveries within the time limit, they can keep going until the time completely runs out to see how many letters or packages they can deliver. However, if their time runs out before they deliver the required amount of letters or packages, they must retry the level in order to advance further into the game. There are a few antagonizing forces trying to halt the player's progression. The first thing against the player is, of course, traffic. Traffic is always an interruption to mail carriers when trying to make their deliveries as fast as possible. If the player gets into a crash with another vehicle, their time will be docked, making it more difficult to complete the orders on time. Another force working against the player is unorganized mail. If the player is one end of the map and gets a delivery that's across the other side of the level, then that could really cut into the player's schedule. The final and most obvious antagonizing force is the timer. The timer is always counting down and has the player racing against the clock to get the job done. Even though time is not on the player's side, there's a couple of things the player can do to give them a leg up. One is the player has the ability to skip their next delivery and come back to it when they choose, as we discussed earlier. This ability can improve the player's time drastically when used at the correct moments. Also, the player is free to choose what route they think will get them to their destination quicker. If the player is driving in a suburban area, then they may want to avoid as much traffic as possible. Post Drivers has 3 levels: suburban, rural, and urban areas for the player to drive and deliver mail in. The game will be played in 3D perspective and have the option of being played in third person or first person viewed. Similar game to Post Drivers is Crazy Taxi, where players race against time. However, Post Drivers allows players to take routes of their own choosing, change their delivery order, ability to use nitrous, and lose and or make up time. Post Drivers open up an array of possibilities for the player. The delivery schedule is 100% random for the player, so there is no way for them to know the order of the delivery route even after playing the level various times. There's 2 development risks the team will face. One is creating a vehicle with easy-to-handle controls, and the other is creating a minimap that is constantly updating with the player's location. These risks can be mitigated by doing outside research through Udemy or YouTube on racing game development. Are you a driver worthy of being hired by the Postal Service? This is David Clark with my pitch, Postal Drivers, and thank you for your time.